Okay, Sue, so we've been getting some questions about the course structure, so I thought today we'd have a little chat and just answer some of those questions for people. So first of all, could you just outline the course structure for us?
Yes, so I've got a diagram here that does that, which everybody will have, and that will be in their training manual. Yes, and this actually outlines the course manual. So what it tells you is you get ready to start, so you make sure that you've got all your props and your items that you need. Yeah, you grab and go pack and everything. Then you start off by sitting down when you've created your circle, and you say the Yoginis Yoga promise, which we know what that is: kind heart, kind words, kind thoughts. Then you do your chosen warm up, because it will depend what level and what key stage you're teaching. You'll have a warm up for that group. Then you do your postures and your activities in there. Then you do the relaxation, and then you do your closing activity. And that's basically the overview of the lesson.
Yeah, so basically what we're saying is this is the structure of the sessions, but we also sometimes call it the lesson plan, don't we?
Yes.
Because basically we're following this same lesson plan every single week. Yeah, so do the kids not get bored with doing the same thing every week?
No, it's been tried and tested for years, and it's based upon really the way that children learn, and that's why it's done this way, in a repetitive way each week, and that's why the structure is this way, because this is based on how children learn, how they absorb information, and how they take those things in. So this is very important, this structure, and the way it's designed with that, that particular way in mind, so that children can kind of like then become to own this practice. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. And we talk about that a bit more in level 3, don't we, where we talk about the neuroplasticity of the brain, and practice makes perfect. So that's how we embed those skills, isn't it? Fantastic. Yes. So also I think as well with the talking about kids getting bored, our structure there is designed to be built up, isn't it? Grab and go through the levels. Can you just explain that for us?
Yes, so it seems very simple, in its structure, but that's the whole idea, really, because children don't really like a lot of change. Mm-hmm. So it's designed so that we only change little bits of it at particular times. So that could be just changing some postures over as we grow through the levels and changing those, or it could just be changing a warm-up activity again as we go through the levels and we gain more stuff. And the closing, it could be changing the closing activity again as you work through the levels. But don't forget also, you've got your CPD that can just change some of those things slightly, because there are suggestions within the CPD that you get that you can introduce into this structure.
Yeah, extra little activities, like we've got one in this episode today. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's brilliant. And so what about, so we say that our lessons typically last like 30 minutes, don't we? What could we do if we wanted to make a shorter session or a longer session, in fact?
Well, there's many ways you could do that. If you, you could shorten your warm up, so you've got your warm up's a little bit less. It doesn't really matter, you could just do running on the spot or something like that instead of going through a whole song or something. You can be inventive that way, doing star jumps or something, or you could actually reduce the number of postures that you have that you want to do there, and maybe it might not be a case of taking some out because for time that way. What I'm trying to say is you might have 3 postures that they know very well, that you just repeat those because they know them very well, so you can just get through them quickly, and that's how you can just shorten it that way.
Okay, yeah. And what about if you want to make the session longer than 30 minutes?
Well, you go back to, sometimes I've done the warm up twice because they've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you like that? And they go, yes, sir. Right, come on then, let's do it again. Or I'll say, are you tired out now? And they go, no. I go, oh, right, we'll have to do it again then. So I do that, so there's lots of ways you can do that. And then again, with the posture packs. So you can either repeat them, or you can repeat them, and then if you've still got time left, you can say, right, now we've done them all twice, who wants to choose a favourite? You know, so it goes like that. And again, you've got your CPD, you might be able to slip something in from there to lengthen it that way. And then the other thing is, our levels are designed so that you can add to this pack. So if you're embedded in that structure, you know, if you know that pretty well, and you've gone through all those things, and you really feel ready to move on to the next thing for you to be able to increase the length of those postures would really be to go up to the next level, and then take on the next thing. And then that's going to take you a little bit of time as well, you know, for you to get used to these new postures, but you're going to know the others like the back of your hand, so that, you know, so then you'll be able to focus on those a little bit more. And that's the idea, really, so that you're growing gradually in knowledge through all the postures, so that you become very familiar with them. By the end, you can then start to mix and match and make your own little kind of posture activities.
Yeah, and I suppose by the time you get to being a level 4 coach, you've got 24 postures to choose from. So, you know, you could make a 4-hour lesson if you wanted. I always suggest that. You know, and definitely I think for, if we're talking about early years, then really 30 minutes is generally the top of their concentration span. But obviously for key stage 1 and 2, if it's a longer PE lesson, then, you know, up to an hour, it is quite usual as well, isn't it?
You know what? Sometimes we miss the importance of that relaxation, and that doesn't need to be rushed. You know, so, you know, there's nothing wrong with making those children lie down for 3 to 5 minutes, you know, trying to get them to lie down for that length of time. There is nothing wrong with trying to do that, because that is an exercise in itself. And we know through teaching adults as well as children, often relaxation is the hardest posture for them to be able to practice, because for people to be able to lie still and be in the present moment and not get agitated just for 3 to 5 minutes, it really takes some willpower and concentration and focus. So, you know, you could extend your relaxation. Don't think, oh, the fidgeting, I better get them up. You know, fidgeting, they need a little bit longer before they can start settling themselves down. So
I suppose mouse pose as well is a bit of a precursor to the relaxation, isn't it? That you could extend mouse pose, and have them lie there for a period of time, curled up in mouse, without making any sound. You know, sometimes I'll do that and I'll say count to 10, and if there's any noise before I get to 10, start back at 1 again. And that just helps extend the session a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I do with that as well is sometimes, and I've got one particular boy in my special needs class, absolutely loves mouse, and every time we do it, he just goes again. So, you know, I do that 3 times, because really, to me, that's his body's way of telling me he needs that calming, that coming down, that, you know, for the brain, he needs that a little bit more. So I just go with it, because remember, even though this is the structure, it's always child-led. So we go with the children want. And
I think it's that thing, you know, where we've said it already once, haven't we? They don't really get bored. There is that sense of, yes, let's do it again and again. So, you know, if you've just done your cat posture, and, you know, if it's a short session you want to do, you might just briefly visit the cat posture. But actually, you know, and again, as we'll see in this CPD where we focus on the cat, we give you a little bit of extra in the CPDs for each of your postures, so that you can expand them at different times. So like today we're going to talk about maybe, you know, dancing cat or something like that. Dancing a bit while they're in the cat. So yeah, there's loads of ways, isn't there? I think, Sue, what we need to say to people that's important though is that structure exists for a reason, doesn't it? You know, that's the bit that we've tried and tested, and it's not about making a lesson longer or shorter by adding more elements or taking elements away. It's about sticking with those elements, and that our program is designed that you can vary the length of those different elements to contract or expand your session. But that structure is the lesson plan. And that's really key. And as we've said, when you get to be a level 4, you've got a choice of closing activities, you've got a choice of postures, you've got a choice of posture activities, and that's what really then allows you to vary this up and mix and match, doesn't it? So
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to just some feedback. I'm going to be getting a little video shortly of one of the girls in my breakfast club this morning. Again, breakfast club, half an hour. You know, there's not much time in that. And because of the way the half terms have been, you know, one after the other, I've not seen them for a few weeks. And then, you know, we've had that conference and everything. And I went in and she went, oh, she says, I was beside myself. She says, because I've not been able to do my yoga for a few weeks. She said, I'm telling you now. She said, yoga, so I had to go home and do it on my bed. She said, oh, I'm glad yeah, like that. And the teachers were saying to me, she said she was like mortified that she was without a yoga. So I've asked her, will she do a little video saying how much she benefits from it and everything, and she's agreed to it. She can't wait, she said. So, you know, coaches, look out for this. And when you see this this video of this young girl, you know, if you can come up with videos like that yourself, that would be really encouraging, you know, for other coaches going out there to see that, you know, there are these kids that really, really do want and need, you know, this yoga. And we'd really appreciate, when we talk about coach talk, this is the thing that we'd really like feedback on. So, you know, come on, come and give us some stuff, because we really love it, you know.
Yeah. And that's great, because that feedback in itself, then what that's basically said is that routine and structure that is there allows that child to then go home and kind of try and repeat that themselves, because they've had that repetition. You know, practice makes perfect, and they've you know, they've got that embedded, haven't they? So that's fantastic. Well, that's been a really interesting chat, so I've enjoyed that. Hopefully our coaches have enjoyed it as well, and it's answered some questions. I guess, you know, if anybody's got any other questions and would like more of these videos in the CPD, then you know to contact us on Messenger. And enjoy the rest of your CPD.
Yes, bye.
Bye.